What is up? What is up? What is up? It is your boy. I was recording this for YouTube and this app messed up. Like, this is my motivation to get a PC. But what is up? What is up? What is up? It is your boy. And today I just wanted to say my top 5 comic books of all time. And disclosure, I do want to sit here and say, just because one of yours is not in here does not mean anything. These are personally my opinions. Plus, I have not read every comic book you probably read or every comic book that has been created. So these are my personal opinions, the ones I have read and the ones that I felt like I enjoyed the most out of each one I have. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So, no, we ain't gonna start number 5. We're gonna do the bonus. The bonus. Miss Marvel, Volume 1. This comic book was really good. It introduces to her friends and her just from the bat. Not like some stories, it just gives like a narrative of all this and that's going down. It introduced us to Nakia and Bruno. And I really like their characters. They were really cool. I like her friends. And I also like how she could relate with actual people in real life. Like the fact that she's just like Spider-Man. He can't relate. But let's be so for real though. None of us are like a genius. You feel me? Like there are geniuses out here. But Peter's a flipping genius. He's like, you know what I mean? Like Tobey Maguire universe, Brody was out here failing and all. But I read a comic book, I think it was freshman year that I have over there. Brody said he was out here still getting good A's as Spider-Man. I'm thinking, bro, I could never get good A's being Spider-Man. I think it was that. It was a certain comic, but I'm thinking to myself, I can never be a superhero and still get good grades. And then the fact that she played video games, I'm like, when, like, let's be so for real. Maybe he did just in different comics, but I'm thinking, wouldn't Peter Parker play video games? Maybe he did, but the ones I have, he didn't. You feel me? But I did not read the one thing I do have over there, so maybe in that one he does. But I also like the fact that when when she did get superpowers, she jumped straight into action. It's not like you train. You know how some people that get superpowers, they just train. It's like when she got superpowers, she was struggling. She's like, what the heck is happening? All this and that, right? And the moment somebody's in trouble, she goes straight and saves them. I think that is a really good trait. And I like the suit design. I like how her suit looks. Shout out to Bruno for creating that. It looked really good. Would I say it's my favorite suit? No. But I will tell you what's my favorite suit though. One day. Or maybe today. Or maybe in a few months. Or maybe next video. We don't know. But I will tell you guys what is my favorite suit. But just what she stands for though. I like the fact that when you really read these issues, you realize that there's a major difference between Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. I like Iman Vellani playing Miss Marvel in the MCU. But if I had to sit here and pick, I would pick the comics. Nothing's wrong with the show. I like the show. The show was good. Nothing's wrong with the Marvels. I like the Marvels. I have all 3 of them right here. There's nothing wrong with them. I just felt like in the comics she wants to be like Captain Marvel, but at some point she realizes that's not even what she really wants. You feel me? And you see the big difference between Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel in these issues, her origin story, and I really like that. Now we're gonna dive into number 5. Number 5 is a comic that I'm planning on rereading. But I just want to put it out there. I do plan on rereading the entire Miss Marvel story, including the Magnificent and the issue I have over there. Because I have an issue, Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. I liked it. It was pretty cool. But Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. My gosh, Ishito, y'all see that? Man, pause, bro, pause. You feel me? But Miss Marvel, Woman of Tomorrow. I like the design of this comic. It looked really, really good. Like I can't be the only blackie saying that. You feel me? But the design of this was really, really good. The art of it, all of it was good. The story, I really liked the story. Now I'm not gonna be honest and say I memorized that story from my greatest memory. But no, what I will say is what I do remember though was a pretty decent amount. Like everywhere, even the part where they were on this planet and Supergirl was not able to do anything, and she just had to sit there and defend and help Supergirl. I really, really like that. I like she was sitting there fighting, trying to help. It said 9 hours, I think. I don't remember how long. But I really liked that. I was like, whoa. Am I going to reread this comic? Yes, because I do want to have this comic glued in my head, too. I want to know, because James Gunn planned on making this a movie. And am I going to be one of those dweebs in the movies like, actually, no, that's not going to be me. If they do change the story up, I'm not going to be as mad. I won't even care. As long as the story is good, that's all I will care about. I just want to know for a fact what the movie will be about and how they probably will go with it. And the changes they'll probably do. And see if I like the changes. Like, I like changes. Like, I seen Flashpoint. Not Flashpoint, but The Flash. His Flashpoint. And I really like that movie. So, and CW Flashpoint. I really like that. So, I'm not really a guy who cares much about change. But, you know, if we're going to talk about Supergirl's character, I really like her character that she was carrying. And just how, excuse my language, but badass Supergirl really was in this comic. I was like, golly, it really made me want to read the comic even more than what I do know now. I was like, I really want to get into it. After reading this, I was like, I really like this character. And it actually had me go rewatch the CW show. I'm currently in season 5, don't want to brag. But it really just made me want to know more about the character. And by the way, like I did say, rewatch because I have seen it before, but I stopped in season 4, not season 4, season 5. Because I felt like some point CW just started caring about the shows. And that made me mad. I understand the budget and all, but CW, y'all really could have clutched some of these shows. Supergirl had so much potential. It did. Y'all can't sit here and lie. Supergirl show, her show had so much potential of being the second best DC show on CW. I admit, to me, it's not. I would say it's top 3. I would say The Flash, DC Legends, and Supergirl are my top 3. But it had potential of being the best show, but they jacked it up. Just like The Flash had potential of being one of the greatest shows this generation, but they jacked it up. But let's dive into number 4. Hear me out. Number 4 is one of the first comic books I bought after like working. This isn't the first comic book I ever bought, but this is the first comic book I have bought with my new job. You feel me? Not my new job that I have now, but like a while ago. DC versus Vampires. No, I do not plan on rereading this. Not because it was bad. It's in my top 4, so you know it's not bad. I really like the fact that it's a vampire story. It was a really interesting story. Like, there are different there's zombie stories. There's a Godzilla. There's different stories for the DC universe, but DC versus Vampires is the only story. Well, I have the zombie one, but is it in the top? We'll see. And if it's not, I know, I'm spoiler alert, it's not. DC's is not. DC's had really good art, and I liked it, but I felt like this book was better. I felt like DC vs. Vampires was a really good vampire story. And I'm gonna be honest, spoiler alert, if you have not read it, Nightwing plot twist in the end had me sitting there screaming because I did not know, of all people, the Vampire King was Nightwing. That junk threw me off. When I saw him just right through Batman's chest, I was like, huh? I was so confused. I wasn't like, huh? I was like, huh, what? Of all people, Nightwing? But I thought to myself, of all people being the Vampire King, I do see it have to be Nightwing. Nightwing is the only person it could be, and it could look really good. Like the Flash, it could be him. Batman could be him. Superman could be him. I mean, Batman, it has potential of being him, but of all people, Nightwing would be the best fit for the character. Maybe there are more, and y'all do know. Like I said, I don't know. I know my pretty decent amount of DC characters, but the people I do know of, yeah, the best. Even in the Bat family, Nightwing had to be the best. But when Nightwing sat here and admitted that Damian has the potential of being the best of them, if you know, even to have his temper, it really was like, I do think Damian's the best Robin. I'm not even gonna sit here and hold you guys. My favorite Robin is Damian. I really like him, and he does have a temper problem. I known Damian because of what was it? Was it? I think the movie. It was the movie, or it was you know, the animated movies. You feel me? Batman and Robin, Batman versus Robin. You know what I mean? That. But it made me really like the character. And then don't even get me started. The comic book felt like a murder mystery. Like, yeah, we knew, but they were trying to figure out who the Vampire King is. But yeah, we knew who were the vampires. But like, to the Justice League, it felt like a murder mystery. They were trying to figure out, you know what I mean? All this and that. Everybody trying to figure stuff out. And it was really, really interesting to me. Now, we're going to get into number 3. And now, this is where it's going to get real. Number 3, I did write a lot. Because I ain't going to hold you. I'm reading from my notes. Because who the heck do y'all think I am to memorize this? I mean, I'm not going to lie. Number 2 and number 1, I'm doing based off memory. I'm not even going to hold you. Because those two are one of my favorite comic books. And if I cannot sit here and say these off memory, these aren't my favorite then. You feel me? But number 3 is the last one that is on notes, and it is a lot. So we might be talking about number 3 for quite some time. And number 3 will be a comic that it probably will throw y'all guys off. You'll be like, huh? This is his top 3? But you gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me out, okay? Number 3. My throat itchy, but y'all probably saw what it was. But number 3. Miss Marvel, the New Mutant. This is the volume. I know you guys like, huh? Probably confused, but like I said, just listen. I originally didn't even mean to buy this comic book. I went up to the bookstore, right? I remember this day like it was night. I went up in there to get Captain Marvel Volume 3 of this comic that I wanted. By the way, Volume 1 is there now, but I didn't buy it because I was like, I have no job right now. You feel me? If you guys didn't know that, go watch past videos. I explained it. But I have no job. So I was like, I don't want to go crazy into it. But the time I did buy this book, I did have a job. But I bought this book, right? And I didn't regret it. At first, I was like, I'm probably not going to read it until I read all of Miss Marvel stories, because that's what I'm on the journey of. I finished all of the Miss Marvel. I finished all the Magnificent Miss Marvel. I plan on reading the all new, all this, that stuff. I plan on reading those and then diving, because I want to know, you know what I mean? But buying this book, I did not regret it. But me buying it at the point where I did, because I was like, maybe I should read it because I didn't have no Miss Marvels yet. Well, I did, but I was like sitting at probably volume 6, and I had to wait. Reading this book, I figured out she was a mutant, an X-Men. I was like, huh? A mutant, an X-Men, and Inhuman? Is it Inhuman? I really liked that. Confusing though, but I liked it. Now you remember, guys, when I sat here and told you one of my favorite suits, I'm not going to talk about ICAP. This is one of my favorite Miss Marvel suits. Like, I cannot sit here and hold you guys. The designing of this suit was flipping good. The art of this comic book was flipping amazing. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I'm trying to find a clean shot for it. Think this. Look at that. I really liked how this suit looked. Here, this is a better. I really liked how it looked. I was like, there's no flipping way. And I like the fact that she was being threatened. She was, being attacked. And coming out as a mutant, it wasn't a good look for her. And, you know what I mean? It was crazy. But I like the fact that Bruno came in clutch for her. You feel me? But I like the fact that she was told, take the suit off. And they'll chill. She doesn't plan to. It shows that she stands for mutants. I respect that. And even the fight against the Stark Sentinel, that was really, really good. To me, I was like... By the way, you see my cups back there. And the comic book back there. But the rest of that's just a cover and a pillow sheet. But... By the way, Batman, the Court of Owls, that's back there. But I was like... Because it really showed how powerful this Marvel character is. I let's be honest. I admit she got some help, but she still took down a Stark Sentinel. We gotta give her props for that. You don't see any of these X-Men taking out a Sentinel by themselves. They do it together. You feel me? But the fact that she did it too shows she's a powerful character. And I don't know. This comic book really was something. And the surprising part is that Iman Vellani, who plays Miss Marvel in the MCU, wrote this. I don't think she wrote all of it, but she helped. Yep. See, if you don't believe me, guys, I don't think you can see it, but let me see. Can you see it? Right there. She helped. Oh, it's on the cover, too. I could have easily just showed you guys the cover. See that? She helped. It was really good. Have I read the others after this? No. I plan on waiting until it becomes an issue and getting it. I'm an issue guy. I will get volumes too, and I will get omnibus. But I was like, I like to get, you know what I mean, my issues. You feel me? Now let's step into. See? Let's get into top 2. Flashpoint. Actually, I might need that book back for number 1, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna try my hardest. Number 2, Flashpoint. This was one of the first comic books I ever read. I loved it. I really liked the fact that this was a comic book about the Flash going back in time, and the fact that saving his mother, and it impacted not just his life, but everyone's life. I like the fact that Bruce Wayne was the one who died. Thomas Wayne is alive. Like, there's a war. Barry does not remember. It's so different than animation. It's different than the CW and all that. I like the fact that the beef against Reverse Flash and Flash, the fight, and Barry figuring out he's the reason. But I think, yeah, he did give Batman, Bruce Wayne, the letter of what his father said, and it was emotional. This book was really, really good. I'm like going through it right now for the art. Even when Barry got his powers back, that was cold too. Oh my gosh, this book was good. And this is one of the first comic books I've ever read. So just opening this book brings back memories. I do plan on rereading this. But am I always going to sit here and recommend that? Yes. This would have been number 1. I'm going to be so 100 with y'all guys. This book was going to be number 1. But it was really, really, really hard for my top 3. Because Miss Marvel, this book was really, really good to me. But then this book was really, really, really good to me. You feel me? So, I was struggling. But the number 1 was... Going between these was hard. But number 2 and number 1 was the hardest. Number 1. Drum rolls. I can't do it with my fingers, so You feel me? Number one would have to say it here and be the death of Superman. This is one of my favorite comic books of all time. I remember, bro, it was right around Christmas because I got out of my relationship and I was hurt. I was crying. I was in so much pain of that relationship because I really loved it. My relationship was one of the best I ever been in. She walked away because she felt like she didn't want to do this no more. So it hurt the fact that she just didn't want to be in a relationship no more. And just that time was a really stressful and sad time. And I didn't feel like reading comic books. I was struggling to play video games, read comic books, eat so much stuff because it was a hard time. But the comic book that got me back into it, everything, I admit, I'm a religion. I thank God for it all. But this comic book really got me back into reading comic books and playing video games again. I admit I wasn't playing video games as much as I am now. I play video games a lot, but at the same time, not a lot because video games are boring nowadays. But when my friend want to play, I always play with them. But this comic book was really, really good. The art, it went back to this like old looking art, which I did not expect. Like, look. Let me show you guys. Like, look at that. I liked it. Even how Superman beat Doomsday was so cool. How punch that was. How hard of a punch that was, and then how Lois was holding him. It was really good. And I like the fact that the Justice League of America, oh, they were getting bodied and folded before Superman pulled them. It was Lex Luthor sleeping with Kara, or was that a clone? I don't even really know for real. But I do plan on reading more and more into this because aren't there more issues after this? I think. Yeah, there are. I don't know why I said I think, but yeah, there are. But I have not read it. But I like the fact that how Doomsday and Superman boxing really was. It showed how powerful Doomsday was. And it showed how Superman looked when he is not holding back. It was good. It was really, really, really good. After reading this book, because I was struggling to get through it, because like I said, it was a tough time to me. After reading it, I was like, this book is really good. And I plan on sitting here and, reading more. But I just still remember this book to this day of reading it because I finished it right in this spot I am at now. I did not have it like this. If you guys know, if you ain't gotta be an OG for it, but if you've been watching for a couple of months, you'll know we used to be right here, but I used to move over a little. You feel me? Oh wait, I didn't have a camera at that time, so you guys didn't know. Yeah, I used to be like right here. We used to have to sit like this, or right here. My bed was on the floor and everything. It was a really hard time. I was even using them camping chairs. I was like an unk. I was on unk standards. You feel? It was some hard times. I ain't gonna hold you guys. It was sad. It was hurt. But I remember I was like, bro, get a hold of yourself. You feel me? I admit I didn't get a hold of myself. It took a while. Like I'm even still working on it now, but I am improving a lot more than where I was at that point. Where I can eat, I can play video games, I can read. But now I'm able to do all of that now and hang out for real and do all that. So that's really good. But I remember after I said get a hold of yourself, went to the shower. Came out the shower, watched this Christmas movie of y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like I forgot what it's called. It's like A Merry Little Christmas, A Merry Little Batman, or something like that. And it was like Damien trying to save Batman or trying to get his utility belt back. I was watching that while reading this. They're both really good. The movie was good and this comic was bad. I remember I was reading it, sitting like this, watching the movie, feet on the table because I didn't have this. So I had this like little table right here that's still here, but I had two, and I had my feet hooked up, not sitting up. With the book up, reading while watching, because I can do that. I know you guys thinking that's why you don't memorize your comics. I memorize some of these. I memorize most of these. You gotta understand, there's enough knowledge that we have. I remember almost all of these, but it's just the fact that as much as I have read, it is hard to sit here and remember all of it. Like, you know what I mean? But I really did enjoy this. I really like comic books a lot. I try to, if you have noticed the last two videos, I've been trying to go down that path of talking about these comic books, and I've really been enjoying them. I plan on doing this more, even if I don't get views, even if it does not do well. I like the fact that I can sit here and talk about comic books on the channel and really find some enjoyment about it. And so far, it has been looking really good for us. The last 2 videos have been looking pretty decent than the last few months videos of just random video games we have been playing. The Walking Dead is still coming to the channel. I'm sorry I put a pause on that. I've been not busy, but not mentally feeling like doing it. Just like Fallout, but it is coming to the channel. I'm not even gonna say this week or next week, but I am gonna work on getting to it. But I really did enjoy these. And Miss Marvel is playing a part in why I want to keep reading. And I plan on reading until the day I sit here and fall back and die. You feel me? Collecting and all this is really good. I should really give y'all like a room tour of the entire thing and every comic book thing that is in this room. We could do that next video. I don't know. But I really enjoy this. But I am going to end the video here, guys. I hope you guys like the video. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. And if you want more content like this of me saying what's on my top that, top this, even shows, make sure to like the video. You feel me? But without further ado, I'm going to end it here. Stay safe, guys. Go ahead. Go outside. Get some air. Play some video games. Eat. Go out with friends. And stay blessed. Thank you, guys. See you next time.